Ain't no way we are the new parents of these kids.
Conversations in the air, let the truth rewind. We're like 2005 every time we shine. Yeah, every time we shine. Every time. To the parents that show up tired and still show love, salute to you. Because you're standing on 10 about yours. Will the real parents please stand up? It's time to accept the reward others tried to take from you. Let's raise our glasses up and toast to the good life we created for us.
There's no way millennials are the new parents of the kids. Like, there's no way that millennials are now parents. And who raised us? Who raised us? Because the way that the world is going now, they talk about how the birth rates are down now because Gen Zs are not having children. They're opting out of having children. They are having the mentality of saying, you're going to have to pay me. Show me the money. Show me the money. You're going to have to pay me in order for me to pop out these kids. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all, because who said that having children was easy? Who said that having children was going to be not expensive? Yeah. We see the glitz and the glams of them being pregnant and all the gender reveals and all the reveals of the genders and all the rest of that other stuff. But nobody really talks about the true meaning of being a parent. Just because you done had a baby shower and you done carried a baby for 9 months, 8 months, if that don't mean that you're a parent. That just means that you're a person that had a life experience of having a child. I remember when I first held my daughter, prior to me having my daughter, I helped my sisters and people in my family raise their children that had children before me. So I'm thinking I got this shit in the bag. If nobody ever told you, being a guardian or being an aunt or being a parental parent to someone that's not yours, that you didn't birth, so much easier. As an aunt, I was able to give my nieces and nephews back to my sister. I was able to have breaks. I was able to pick and choose what days I want to kick it with them. You know what I'm saying? And then that goes for anybody else. I had I had choices. I had to think about, like, okay, I'm tired. I want some rest. Let me go drop you back off to your parents. But you can't do that with your children. You can't do that when your children is fully dependent on you. I remember when I first held my daughter in my hand, I was laying in a hospital bed. I'm talking about, like, really held her, not after I had the baby. But once everything was over and it was just me and her in the room, I actually held my daughter and I was just looking. I thought, of course, mother instincts, oh, she's so beautiful. She's so perfect. Everything about her is perfect. Oh, I love her. No, I really didn't. I think I was in love with the fact that I had a child, but I didn't necessarily mean I love her. I didn't know who she was growing up to be. How can I sit here and say I love somebody or love a human being that I don't even know, like, what you sound like when you talk? Are you going to talk back to me? Are you going to listen? Are you going to make my life hard? So, no, I realized at that beginning of the time, even though I was saying, oh, I love my daughter, I'm so happy of being a mother, I think I was in love with the fact, the idea of being a mother, the idea of having a child. I wasn't in love with my child, itself. And that's the truth. And that's where some of us get have a misunderstanding. And I remember talking to this one person one day. She was like, I love when the babies are babies, but once they start talking and walking and doing all that, I don't want them no more. And that's how some of the parents are looking at their children nowadays. That's probably why they have multiple, because by the time that other one get ready to walk and talk, you know what, I need a baby around because you too much. You need to go over there. Have y'all seen those kid videos? Oh man, they all on the internet, but they make you second guess having a child. I see why Gen Z's opting out of having a child. I see why they say you're going to have to pay me and it's going to have to be more than $1,000 a savings account that I might not even see the money to pay me to get me to have a child. Do you know that it costs roughly around $350,000 a year just to raise a child? It might not have been a year. It might be lifetime span. But either way, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. And that's just the financial aspect of it. What about the emotional aspect of it? What about the spiritual part of it? What about the mental part of it? That's why children are opting out of having or becoming parents, because why? Who want to sit there and deal with that when I'm trying to figure out myself too? I don't blame them. I really don't. But you know what? We're living in today's society where you can't really pinpoint when you're going to get pregnant, unless you go through the IVF and you go through schedules and stuff like that. But if you out here having fun and getting your groove on, you're not going to know when. Yeah, you're not going to know when it happened. And it's just a surprise. Here I am. Now you have to transition from I to we to us. And a lot of times people get stuck in between the I and the we. And they never make it to us. And that's why a lot of these kids are losing, especially on the back end. I don't care how great you dress them up. I don't care how great your family pictures are. I don't care how great your holidays are that you want to show on social media. How are you showing up for them kids on a day-to-day basis? How are you showing up for them kids on a day-to-day basis? I hear a lot of people talk about, oh, she won't let me see my children, or he don't do much for my children, or he don't even come see her or him and things like that. How are you showing up? And it's a lot of men. Yeah, I need to stay off of TikTok. You know, I really do. TikTok is not my lane, but it's so messy and juicy. It's like a temptation. You know what I'm saying? It's like a something I can't get rid of, but I really like it, but I know I don't need it, but I have a choice to indulge in it, and I'm choosing to indulge in it. But every time I indulge in it, after I feel all dirty. I feel all dirty inside. You know what I'm saying? That's how TikTok be making me feel. Because I was listening to this one guy. He was telling these people or these women on his panel. He was saying, if you have a child, then your value has lowered. Excuse me, sir, what? He said, if you have a child or children and you're not with your child's father, your value has become lower and no one is going to choose you. I found that very interesting. I promise you I found it very interesting because, and then they blame single mothers for the craziness that's going on in the world today when it comes to men. They blaming the single parents for that. And I'm just trying to figure out, how is that the single parents' fault? Matter of fact, how is that the single mother's fault for the fathers to walk out on their children? Matter of fact, how is the single father fault for the mother to walk out on their children? I'm trying to figure out how is their fault. So you're gonna blame me for this nigga not showing up to be a father? So you're gonna blame me for this woman not showing up to be a mother? And then they turn around and say, you should have chose better. Touche. You know what? I should have chosen better. But who knew that this dude was going to act like this after the baby was born? Who knew that people could change? People could wake up one morning and say, I don't even want to do this no more. This is too much. Having a baby is just way too much. Then I got to deal with you too? Nah, I'm up out the door. And now we live in a society now where it's not only single mothers that's getting left with the children. Shoot. Mothers are opting out of raising their children and leaving them with the grandparents or leaving them with the father. They're opting out of raising their children. What you got to say about that? Sooner or later, single father households will be on the rise. It's at 22% now. But sooner or later it will be. And I think that's very funny because once we had stay-at-home dads, now we got single fathers. Crazy world, right? Crazy world we're living in. But these are the times. And no matter what conversation I get in, no matter what panel I go on, they all say the same thing. At the end of the day, the kids are losing. the parents are so much focused on why the relationship ended, or why the relationship came to a pause, or why this father not doing this, or why this mother not doing that. At the end of the day, nobody is censoring the children. Nobody is censoring the kids. I don't care if you don't like me. I don't care if you can't stand me. I don't care. We had 60 seconds of passionate, romantic. Well, it wouldn't be passionate. Well, it can be. I don't know. But I don't care. We had 60 seconds of playtime. What they got to do with you censoring your children? Your responsibilities. How is my fault that you're not showing up for your child? Make that make sense. Make that make sense. How is my value lowered because I'm stepping up and showing up for my children in a way that other people cannot? I'm doing a job of 2 people. 2 people. Why you only doing a job of 1? And you struggling with that. But you want to say my value is lowered. Interesting conversations that people have. It seems like people have so many opinions about other people's lives. But at the end of the day, after all of that said and done, nobody's really censoring the children. Nobody's talking about how can we make these kids better? How can we put our pride to the side to make the children better? How can we move past our transgressions to center the child? I think, if you and a person don't work out, and y'all decide to call it quits, I think it's okay to separate, for you to have your own home, for you to run your own home. I don't think nothing is wrong with that at all. Hell, I think that's very, very well. I think that's very great. But do I think that the father should move on the other side of the town? No. Do I think the mother should catch ghosts? No. I think y'all should still stay in the same subdivision or same zip code or same school district. That way that child get to choose where they gonna lay their head tonight. Whether it's gonna be your house or the father's house. That way that child get to choose where they're gonna lay their heads tonight. Who's gonna feed them? You ain't gotta worry about who gonna pick them up because y'all stay in the same area. Y'all ain't gotta stay next door to each other, but that's what you call censoring the child. I might have to put my love life on pause for the next 18 years. But that's okay. That's okay. Because after the 18 years, hey, it might up, and it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck. But if I got to censor my child for the next 18 years, then that's what I have to do. And we all go by that saying. We all know that saying. What's meant to be, what happened. What's meant to be, will be. If it's meant to be, let it be. But at the end of the day, your child should be censored around you. I'm an advocate for parents when it comes to themselves. Put yourself first. Make sure you 100%, at least 80%. Whatever you model, your kids will pick up. So you can't tell them to do something that you're not showing. You can't have all these suggestions that you're not modeling. How you going to tell your child to clean up behind yourself, but when they walk in your room is just as dirty as theirs? How you going to tell your child to go out there and be the best that they can when they come home and see you in the same spot? How can you tell your child, oh, believe in God, pray for God, pray to God. God will work things out. Things seem blah, blah, woo, doo, woo, woo. When you in turmoil, you cussing them out. When you stressed out, the whole house is upside down. They don't see you open up your Bible and reading. They don't see you putting holy water everywhere around your house. They don't see you talking in tongues. They don't see you praying. They don't see no prayer closet. I mean, come on now. Let's get it together as parents. Let's get it together. I don't care how much you put on your child, how well dressed your child is. What kind of character are they developing? What kind of characteristics are you showing them? What kind of integrity are you showing them? That's it. That's all I have today. I'm pretty sure I'm going to come back on here tomorrow because for some reason my friend hooked me up and I'm liking it. I'm liking the background. I'm liking the everything. I'm liking it. And it's like I can really speak with confidence now and say that I'm a parent and can't nobody tell me different. Can't nobody say my value, Lord, because I've been talking to this guy for 30 days. He been in a friend zone for 30 days, and he ain't moved yet. And he's still applying pressure, and he's still applying emotion, but my value is lowered. Okay. So, look at here. Parenting is hard, but I promise you it'll become easier. I promise you. And to the real parents that's out there grinding and doing what they supposed to do for them kids and centering them kids and showing up for them kids and do what they got to do. Yeah, that's for you. That's for you, because a lot of these people that carried these kids, they folded. They folded when you kept going. They folded when you kept pressing on. When he left, you kept moving. When she left, you kept moving. And a lot of people don't have that in them. A lot of people that's walking around here don't have that in them. Don't let Instagram fool you. A lot of people take pictures. A lot of people take videos. A lot of people do all that just for the post, just for the likes, just for all that. But show up half-ass for them kids on a day-to-day basis. Don't be like them. Be better than them. Y'all have a good day.